Hold my goddamn hand, Shorty. I don't want to. It's sticky.
It's sticky.
All right, welcome in everybody. We are doing another tier list. It's going to be the Karadron Overlords tier list, where we will talk about what is a must buy, what is amazing, what you'll most likely want to buy if your significant other or whoever you're buying for is more of a on the gaming side, or might need it for the model for like a utility wise. If like they have terrain or something, they might be able to use it for like their tables, or maybe a diorama for the army. Painter's choice is like, you don't see it on the table, but like it's a really cool model. So maybe someone that's just more on the painting side of the hobby will be really happy to have that in their collection and want to paint it up. Old is like, it's a buyer's warning. Like, these models are old, dated. They've been around for like 10, 15, 20 years, and they could be outdated like next week and replaced with a new sculpt. And do not buy is like, they don't have any rules. Why are they even on the website? Like, and we don't understand why it even exists. Okay. So I'm here with my buddy Kevin.
Hey, yeah.
Kevin, how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
All right, man. I realized that you hate this army, so
yeah, nice choice.
yeah. So I picked a perfect person for this, didn't I?
Yeah. So do not buy any of the ones on the top row, and 3 of the ones on the bottom row. Okay, well done.
All right, there we go. All right. Unreasonable. That might actually be the starting clip. All right, so we do this live on Twitch. If you wanted to join us on Twitch, the Shorty Paint Studios on Twitch, I would appreciate it. And like and subscribe, please, guys. We're trying to build the channel. We're trying to help as many people as possible. So if I can help more people that way, that'd be ideal. And hey, Professor, what's going on, man? I'll add you to the list. We're doing a giveaway in the next couple weeks, so I'll have to remember to put you down on the list. Can they take allies? They could take some cities of Sigmar, and they can take Stormcast, I believe. But I don't know if they can take anything else. Okay, so all right, we'll start with this. So we're gonna start with the Aether-khemist. So this one is, he kind of shows. Does he show up in any of the combination boxes? No, he doesn't. So he's like, I feel like he is like one of those cool looking characters, but he's mainly like a gaming. He just kind of looks like everybody else that's in the army. He has like this unique little like a fog machine, I want to say. But like, he doesn't really stand out in a painting aspect. But he is definitely needed for gaming. Like, he's in every list.
Yeah, he has an ability where he can improve the rend on a shoot-in profile for 1 unit.
Yeah.
And I think he's got a 3d6 short-range shooting weapon that already has 2 rends, so he could really do some damage on something that's got a good save.
Yeah. I mean, he's utility wise, he's one of the better units, in the range for sure. You're definitely gonna have at least 1 or 2 of them in every list.
Yeah.
Then we got the Admiral. Admiral is one of those models that is like amazing, but he's in the Vanguard box, and like he does stand out quite a bit because he's got a big giant hammer, and he's got like very like dressed up armor and all that stuff, and his beard, like his mechanical beard, helmet, and all that stuff. I think he's an amazing. I think he goes in amazing because I think he is, like a painter would like to paint him, and also he's really strong in the tabletop. So like the only thing that doesn't make him a must buy is the fact that he's in the Vanguard box.
Yeah, rules wise, he's got a bunch of really cool rules, especially the ones associated around the command abilities.
Yeah, exactly. And like, if you go into gaming rules wise, his damage output synergizes with this Vanguard box because of the frigate. So we'll do the frigate next because we're talking about the Vanguard box. So like this is a amazing model. It really is. But I preface that it's more of a gaming thing only because the Vanguard box has the frigate in it. What do you think?
For me, like I'm really only going to talk about the rules for the units.
Yeah.
The army itself and the way that it looks is kind of like a personal preference type thing, and I don't like any of them. So
I'm glad I have you on here. Okay. Anyways, okay, so like rules wise, the frigate is like meta. It is in every list.
It's fast. It's got lots of shoot in.
Right.
It carries the slow guys around. It definitely has its use.
Right. Okay. So since we are talking about the Vanguard box, which is like I would buy 2 of them minimum.
Yeah.
So like the Vanguard box is one of the strongest that they've come up with, in my opinion, of like all the factions. Like hands down, like almost out of all the factions that they have in Age of Sigmar, this is one of the ones where like you could easily just buy 2 and maybe 3. But like that's very excessive unless you have an idea for having 3 of these frigates in your list. And that's why the frigate's so low on the list, is because of the strength of this Vanguard box. And then we got the Endrinrigger, which is an amazing, I would put it as amazing or gaming. Would you say he stands out enough from the rest of the similarities of the army to get a painter excited to paint them? I don't know. I think we're looking at, if I needed in a list in gaming wise.
That's the Navigator?
Yeah, it's the Navigator. Okay. So the Navigator has taken a step back a little bit. But I think he's different enough, just enough to make it so a painter might want to collect it. So I think it is a safe bet that if they don't have one already, you could get away with just buying the Navigator. And he is strong on the table. So I mean, I don't know if you see him as often as you used to, but he is strong. And it is a cool looking model, in my opinion. Kevin just hates him.
Yep, he's ugly, but I mean, he gives you the ability to dispel a spell as well, right?
Yeah.
Acts like a wizard.
So like this is like, these guys are going to be bottom of the gaming. They're just battle line, the Arkanaut Company guys. You really just need to buy them if you need more than the amount you're going to get out of the Vanguard box up here. And I mean, I don't recommend to buy it for painting because they are just standard guys. And like, I'd probably buy another one of these characters instead. I think they'll have more fun painting them if they're gonna just want to paint foot troops, you know?
Yeah, Mark, I agree. For your most basic battle line unit, there's really not a lot of love into
No,
painting.
they are very
Pretty.
bland and boring.
Yeah.
You know, like when we talk about other armies, like some of their foot troops look fantastic, but these guys look they're so bland, and I feel like they almost missed the mark on these a little bit. But like I kind of get it. Like they're dwarves
But
in the sky.
but remember, that's like a 90, 100 point unit. That's like your chain rasps. That's your skeletons. You know, it's
Yeah.
all.
They that's why they're just a gaming buy.
Yeah.
Like if the person that you're buying for plays a lot of games and they ask you for this unit, then obviously buy it for them. That's that. I wouldn't just like on a whim buy it for them. You know. And then we got I don't even remember the name of this guy, but he's like a named character that has his own novel.
Sorry, what?
This guy with the axe. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I've seen that guy before.
He was like a limited edition. You can still find him around because he didn't sell very well. They still sell him on the website, so that just proof of how popular he is.
Is that the Flint guy? Something Flint?
Yes, I believe so. I think it's Flint.
Okay. I have no idea what his rules
honestly,
are like.
his rules were very kind of bleh. That's a technical term. They're not special. They're Drek Flynt. Okay, there we go. Drek Flynt is the name of this character. I would only recommend it if they liked the character. Honestly, that's the only thing I would recommend for you to buy this unit for. Is for the person that is, they read the book and they really love the book, and they're a painter. That is it. And full stop. Okay, so then we got Endrinriggers. These guys are amazing buys. They are just so strong. They're very cool. The things you can do with these, since they fly, you can pin them to terrain or like do something cool with the bases so they look like they're jumping off of things instead of using these stupid flying stands. I hate flying stands so much. But these guys are really good. Same with the wardens. I put them beside each other as amazing buys. You can't go wrong buying more for someone that loves this aesthetic, just because they tie in with the ships so well. And they're strong on the tabletop, and they're cool looking models. Basically,
yeah, they're really neat. They're really neat because they're kind of the middle ground of the foot troops and the airships. They're on their own little balloon boys, right?
Right. Yeah. Balloon boys. I love it. Yeah. So the Sky-wardens, these are from the same box set. So like you might find a box that says the Endrinriggers or says the Sky-wardens. They are the same kit. And then we got the most hated unit out of all of them. We got the Thunderers. And you could put them in amazing, I think. I'm pretty sure not as far. I think they're a low amazing or a high gaming. And I would probably put the Frigate a little bit higher. So like a low amazing. I don't know. They look like they have the heavy weapons, right? I think you only really buy these if you're wanting the game with these, to be honest. Like they're not special. Like model wise. They have big weapons, but they look like everything else in the army. That's just on foot. So I honestly, I'd preface, like, I don't think anyone that's just a painter will want just these guys. I think they'd rather have a character or one of the floating balloon guys if they like the aesthetic. Brokk Grungsson, he's next. Honestly, I think he's a must buy. His rules are cool. His model is amazing. And he's honestly like probably the most unique character out of the whole book. Like bar none. Like he stands out from everyone else. And you can't really get him from any other of the box sets unless they have another one of the holiday boxes. He usually pops in there too. But I would keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, he's solid. As far as his rules in the game, he's pretty awesome. You know, he's got a little bit of mortal wound output. He's pretty quick. He's really good in combat. You know, great damage output in combat.
Yep. Yeah. No, honestly, he's one of the few in the army that actually can hold their own in combat.
Yeah.
One of the few. And then you got the Endrinrigger in Dirigible Harness. The name kills me. But honestly, this model is like just Brokk light, basically. So if they like painting Brokk, maybe you can buy him a little friend. You know? I think he's also a must buy. Because I'm sure if they also game, they might come up with a list where they want more than one. You know? The Codewright, I think that's a must buy as well. Every once in a while, the rules for it is going to be just unreal. It's one of the most unique characters on foot that they have. That isn't a balloon guy. I mean, he's got like books all around him. So like painting wise, he's like he allows so much freedom for a painter. Like there's so much upside to this character for a completionist of hobby. Just for that sake. And then we got the gunboat. Honestly, I think we just put it as a high gaming unit. Probably right about there. Because like you're already gonna get frigates from the Vanguard box if they're a gamer and painter. So I don't think it should be higher than the Gunstock Hauler. Yeah, like it's just a smaller version of the boats. So if they want to try out painting ships, maybe you can get away with just buying like the cheaper one of the ships and see if they enjoyed it, and then they can expand from there.
Yeah, it's kind of a nice piece to be able to change the look of your army up. Yeah. It's also a piece that might help you in certain GHBs with different battle tactics, right?
Yeah, exactly. But like, I mean,
spend a little bit less points on a unit
could
that's
sit
quick.
here too. Like a painter's choice. Like this one could also go into painter's choice. Like the frigate and the gunhauler could go into painter's choice. Of like they don't even game, they just want to paint one ship. But like the frigate is really strong, and the gunhauler flips in and out of being really strong. So like these are flippable. Like they could go in either one, really. The ships is like the most unique part of this whole army. So like if you like the ship aesthetic, that means you're gonna love this one the most. And honestly, I think it is probably the first one that you would, for a gift, this would be the first one, if it's in your price range, I would buy for someone that's interested in this army.
The Ironclad?
The Ironclad. Correct. Yeah. The Ironclad is bar none the most interesting and cool looking models in this range.
Yeah, it's the biggest one in the army, right?
Yeah, and it's huge. Like for a miniature, it's quite big. And like, not gonna lie, it's part of the reason why I like the faction as a whole is because of this big, giant, floating airship. It's really cool, right? Like the ships is what attracts people to this faction. And then like dwarves that are floating is just so unique and different. Can you even get anything in start collecting anymore? Well, the Vanguard box here, physics. That's the new start collecting. And I recommend buying 2 of those if you want to play. It's a really, really good starting point, because most armies or most lists right now have 1 or 2 of the admirals, which are in there, have 1 or 2 of these frigates, which is also in that box set, and they usually have 1 or 2 of the wardens or the Endrinriggers. And then they might have 1 or 2 of the Arkanaut Company as kind of screens or just bodies on the objectives. So like buying 2 of those is a great start to the army. It almost gets you to the halfway point or past that. I think it gets you past the halfway point.
Buying 2 of them?
Yeah.
Yep.
Because and then you just grab an chemist and maybe a navigator, and then you're done, essentially. Maybe 1 or 2 more boxes of the bubble guys, and then you're good. Would it be the cheapest faction to get into? I don't actually, that's a good question. I don't know if this is the cheapest, but it's definitely one of them.
Well, before Flesh Eater Courts came out with their new rules, they would have been the cheapest ones.
Yeah. Honestly, I think you might be right, physics. I think this is like, if not the cheapest, it's close. Yeah. It's very close. Maw Tribes is probably the next closest.
Oh, or have they got a newer box yet?
Who? Maw Tribes?
Yeah, they had
they had the monster truck, the Beast Claw Raider box was unreal. They have gotten a new box, I believe. Or the other one has just disappeared and they haven't replaced it.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get your hands on those old start collecting Beast Claw Raider boxes, then that would be awesome.
Killer says, build a base understanding of the faction and then let the person build their understanding and the army from there. And I agree. That's exactly my thought. It's like, I don't want to hold their hand throughout the whole process. I want them to explore. I think me telling them exactly what I think they should buy completely is counterintuitive to them growing as someone in the hobby. Hold my goddamn hand, Shorty. I don't want to. It's sticky.
It's sticky.
Yeah. So honestly, this was a fast one, but
yeah, but worth pointing out with this army is we're doing this tier list now, and if we had done this tier list a few weeks ago, it would have been slightly different in terms of the game and focus utility, because they did get some points increases.
Honestly, I don't even know what the new points are. All I know is that like this is roughly what I would have sent them regardless. Honestly, like the Vanguard boxes skew a lot of this into more of a gaming, or I just want to buy this one model for painting because my significant other or my friend told me they liked the frigate. But chat, do you guys all agree with what me and Kevin have come up with, or do you think we should make any adjustments? I don't think Gunhaulers themselves belong in Painter's Choice. I mean, what I'm saying is like, so Gunhauler can go either one, but I believe it probably deserves to be in gaming more than anything. Just smaller, less fun, less exciting. So like this would be like it's the budget version of the frigate. Like even price wise, like buying it, it's half the price almost of the frigate itself, and it's definitely less than half of the Ironclad. So like sometimes budgets come in the way, get in the way of gifts and stuff like that, you know. But yeah, I would agree that it's more of a gaming model than anything. All right, Kevin. I guess both Kevins have been touched in places they wish they weren't touched by this army.
I just have a problem with the way the army, when it got its update, how it was able to play. It's like, oh, I'm going to shoot you 1,000,000 times, and then I'm going to charge into you, and all my guys are going to pop out, and they all get to fight first. And it's just like, come on, this is a little bit too much.
So I guess I just don't get to play then.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, so you're just going to remove my screens with 1,000,000 shots, and then you're going to just like delete all my supporting characters I was trying to keep safe, and I'm not going to be able to respond because all your shit gets to go first. Fun.
Seems unfair.
Yeah.
So Kevin's a little sour because he bought into the army and hasn't had time to paint them and then play them, and now they just basically got hit by a Nerf bat.
Oh.
But what I say
play
is
a little foul in for you.
Yeah. I say with anyone with any army that they want to play is just play them. Have fun with them still.
Yeah, exactly. All right, I'm gonna end this the recording. But this one's gonna be super fast. This was like maybe a 20-minute video, if that. There's really not a lot of information that I need to preface with these tier lists, other than like try and portray the bare minimum information so someone can understand my reasoning for putting it where it is. So it makes their decision a little bit easier.